Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about something that confuses and affects so many people. Why do people stay in toxic relationships, even when they know it's hurting them? From the outside, it often looks simple. Just leave, friends might say. But psychology shows that leaving a toxic relationship is not just a decision. It's an emotional and psychological battle happening inside the mind. Many people stay in toxic relationships not because they are weak, but because their brain has formed powerful emotional attachments. When a relationship starts, it usually begins with intense connection, attention, and affection. This creates strong emotional bonding. The brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals linked to pleasure, trust, and attachment. Over time, the brain learns to associate that person with emotional comfort and safety, even if the relationship later becomes painful. One major reason people stay is emotional conditioning. Toxic relationships often follow a cycle: conflict, pain, or emotional distance, followed by apologies, affection, or temporary kindness. This unpredictable cycle is called intermittent reinforcement in psychology. Because the love and care are inconsistent, the brain becomes more attached, not less. Just like gambling, the uncertainty makes the brain hope that next time will be better, which keeps people emotionally stuck. Another key factor is fear of loneliness. The human brain is wired for connection. Being alone triggers feelings of uncertainty and even danger. Emotionally speaking, even pain can feel safer than emptiness. Letting go means facing silence, uncertainty, and loss of routine. For many, the relationship has become their emotional home, even if that home is unhealthy. Low self-esteem also plays a huge role. Toxic relationships often involve criticism, emotional neglect, or gaslighting. Over time, the person may begin to doubt their own worth. They may start believing, "This is all I deserve," or "No one else will ever love me." When self-worth is low, leaving feels impossible because the brain believes there is nothing better outside. Gaslighting makes it even harder. When someone repeatedly denies your reality or feelings, you start to doubt yourself. You question your memory, your judgment, and even your perception. Once self-trust is weakened, decision-making becomes difficult. Staying feels easier than stepping into the unknown. Another psychological trap is the sunk cost effect. When you've invested years of love, energy, and emotional work into a relationship, leaving can feel like admitting failure. The brain focuses on what you've already given instead of what continuing might cost. Thoughts like, "I've already given so much," or "I can just walk away now," trap people emotionally, even if the relationship is toxic. Toxic relationships also often isolate people from friends and family. Slowly, external support weakens, either due to conflict or because the toxic partner discourages outside connections. When support systems disappear, emotional dependence on the partner increases. The toxic partner becomes the main source of validation, making leaving feel impossible. In some cases, trauma bonding occurs. When emotional pain and comfort come from the same person, the brain links love with survival. The relationship may feel intense, dramatic, and emotionally consuming. This bond feels hard to break even when it's unhealthy. Another reason people stay is hope. Hope keeps the mind emotionally invested. Thoughts like, "They weren't always like this," or "Maybe they will change," prolong attachment. While hope feels comforting, it often delays emotional freedom and healing. Identity and self-concept also play a big role. Over time, a person's routines, future plans, and even self-image become intertwined with the toxic partner. Leaving doesn't just mean losing a person. It can feel like losing a part of yourself. Rebuilding identity is uncomfortable and scary, which is why many prefer to stay in pain rather than step into the unknown. Psychology helps us understand all of this without shame. Staying in a toxic relationship does not mean someone is weak or foolish. It means the brain is responding to attachment, fear, hope, and conditioning. Awareness is the first step toward breaking the cycle. Healing begins with self-awareness and emotional honesty. Recognizing why you stay allows you to regain control. Rebuilding self-worth, reconnecting with friends and family, and creating new sources of emotional safety help the brain detach from unhealthy patterns. Letting go is not a single act. It's a process of emotional detachment and personal growth. Practical steps for healing include: accept your feelings. Grief, sadness, and longing are natural. Feeling them fully helps the brain release attachment. Rebuild your identity. Focus on hobbies, goals, and values that are independent of the toxic relationship. Reconnect with support systems. Friends, family, or supportive communities can provide emotional safety. Set emotional boundaries. Protect yourself from future harm and regain a sense of control. Practice self-compassion. Understand that healing takes time and setbacks are normal. Remember, leaving a toxic relationship is not about hatred or rejection, it's about self-respect and survival. The more you understand the psychology behind your attachment, the easier it becomes to take the steps necessary to heal. If this video helped you understand why people stay in toxic relationships, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message. Comment below and tell us, what do you think is the hardest part about leaving a toxic relationship? Stay aware, stay strong, and remember, healing is a journey, not a moment.